Hey babies, and how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you're doing great. Hope everywhere Marama, hope everywhere still are. Welcome back babies. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and also do not forget to give Mimi a huge thumbs up and then share this video. Thank you. So you guys, the housemates are having their last diary session with Biggie. So yesterday, Mensan Dede, Sultana, and Koyin had their session with Biggie. Let's talk about them, okay? So for Mensan said it actually felt so bad that he has not won HOH this season, right? That he would have actually loved to have a test of it. And also he revealed that he did not like what Biggie did to him last week. As his in-law came, he could not touch him, he could not speak to him, that he felt so pained about that he would have loved to know how he got there, if it's by bus or by flight, that he's someone that doesn't like far journey. Hence why during his matric he asked, they were complaining about transport and everything, and then he asked them not to bother to come, that he did his matric alone without any family around. Why? Because of there was no transport, so he just spilled all of that, and then review how eager he is to win this money, that he's somebody that managed money very well. He sees himself like somebody who would actually be the one to take his family out of this poverty. And also he sees himself as a Nazarene, that's someone who would actually make sure that the family comes out of what they are going through. That is what he sees himself as, and that he would love to win this because he always have this issue of near success syndrome. So it's gonna be a great one to win this. That is how eager he is to win this show. And then Big Brother asks him which of the housemates has impacted um in his life positively or negatively, and he says despite being short, but it is worth it, Dambo's kid. He also said culture. He said Jason said he has always seen him come this far, and then Koyin too. And Big Brother was like, okay, was he expecting to get to this level of the game? He said by his power, no, but he always know that God will make him get to this place, that everything that has happened is the grace of God. He has always have that in his mind, that's, oh, that's God's grace to get him to this place. And here he is. And then Big Brother asked him which of the housemates he was expecting to go home on Sunday. And then he said Mide, that Mide has always said that she do not know that she would get to this far in the game. So because of that, he was expecting Mide to go. And then Biggie asked him if there is anything else he'd want to discuss with Big Brother. And then he was like, oh, it's my mom. I would love her to come during the finale. I would want her to use flights, blah, blah, blah. That it's something he really wants to see happen. I already saw his handler posted it and said, oh, guys, let's contribute money to make sure Mensa mom comes to Lagos because we do not have any money in our pockets. In my mind, I'm like, are you guys contributing money for him to for his mom to come to Lagos, or you guys should focus on making him win the game? Any which ways, whatever rock your boat, guys. I'll be dropping messages over here. Let's go to the next person, and then the next person is Koyin. For his session, he revealed to Biggie how he was taking care of Isabella earlier on. Biggie asked of Isabella, and then he said, oh, she's doing fine and all of that. And then Big Brother asked Koyin about if he thinks he's gonna get this far in the game. Koyin was like, when he got in the house, he saw the housemates with various energy pour, and then he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna double my own energy, which he has done, and this is where he is today. Each Sunday that comes by, he gets saved, and then this is him here today. And then he also said that he's eager to win. He feels so good to be a winner. And then he was asked about the housemates that has impacted in him positively or negatively. For Koyin, he said when it comes to friendship, it is Dede. Yes, that he has actually learned a lot from Dede, and Dede has also learned a lot from him. And then when it comes to talent-wise, it's Jason, that they've both learned a lot from each other, and they actually have the same thing in common. And then for romantic, it is Isabella. It is how he differentiated them for me. And that was what he said about that. And then he said negatively, it's Kola, that Kola is somebody that is beefing him, that Kola is thinking that he's dating Dede, and because of that, Kola has said some ill things about him, that there is nothing he has not heard about his name, Chihuahua, fish, and all of that. But he is somebody that he does not take things so deep, that wherever he has been, if his name has not actually fly or people have not said things about him, it means he's not doing anything. So because of that, he is not dipping it in. That Isabella was even telling him that Kola was saying that, oh, that he's immature and all of that, but he feels like Kola is the immature one, because if there is any issue, Kola was supposed to come meet him and then they would have conversation about it, and not the way he went about everything. And then Big Brother asked him if he was expecting any of the housemates who left, which housemate was he expecting to leave, more. And then he says the person he was expecting was Zita, that he said it all the time, that Zita is just like when you talk about Zita, you hear Dambo's kid. Zita is just all about Dambo's kid. Aside that, there was nothing really new about her. That aside that they were having their issue, which was not the problem, but he thinks Zita was the one he was expecting to go home. He was not expecting Rude Boy to go. That was what he said. He wasn't expecting Rude Boy to go because he feel like Rude Boy, entertainment-wise, he is all there. He's an all-rounder, only for Rude Boy to go. That he was thinking himself and Rude Boy would get to the final together, but the viewers know what they want. And so that was what he had to say about that before Big Brother asked him anything else from Biggie. And then he started telling Biggie thank you, how he's so grateful, how he has learned so much, on Biggie's show, how he has actually learned the spirit of resilience. Also know that when you're chasing a thing, there are other people who is also chasing that same thing, and there's possibility that you might or you might not get it. That is actually the vibe of life, and he has learned that. After he finished saying that, Big Brother threw in some praises, words for him, and that was that for Koyin. Let's talk about Sultana's diary session. So for the beautiful Sultana, she got in there. Biggie asked her how she's doing. She said she's doing good. And then Biggie asked her how eager she is to win this. And then she says if she wins, alhamdulillah. If she do not win, alhamdulillah. That she is grateful to God, whether win or no win. That she has noticed something, that when you have something in mind, when you put something in your focus and feel like this is what you're expecting, and when you end up not getting that, it makes you go back to your shell, go back thinking and everything. And I understand what she's saying perfectly, So according to her, she is not putting the win in her head. She would love to win, but at the same time, if she doesn't win, she is still Gucci. That there is something capable said the other time. Capable said that low key all of them are actually his enemy, because they are actually fighting for the same thing, which is the money. And then she said in her mind that actually ring a different bell to her ear, because to her, she is actually not enemy with anyone here. The moment she stepped into Biggie's house, she is a winner. So she is not seeing any of them as, or maybe enemy, but she knows that she has won already stepping into this house. And then Big Brother was like, you guys are not enemy, you guys are opponents. And then she said, Big Brother, that was the word he used. That was what I just said. What he used was what I said here. And then Big Brother was like, okay, which of the housemates has impacted in your life? She did mention Ortega, Doris, Gigi, and who did she mention again? I think that was the person, and Jason. Then she mentioned all of them. And Biggie asked her, okay, when you're at that mood of giving up, and then who is that person who comes through for you? She said it's actually none of the housemates. That most of the times when she's actually going through her downtime, people barely know. That sometimes Jason do come through for her, but people barely know, because most times when she go through her downtime, the things that makes her come back up is her family, her loved ones, her kids, her mentor, Dr. Chinagorom. She thinks of those people, and then she'd be like, okay, I need to stand up back. I need to dust myself up. These are the people that keeps her in check, right? And then Big Brother asked her if she was expecting any housemate to leave, and then she said no, that she wasn't expecting, that since Doris left, she wasn't expecting anything again. Big Brother asked her to answer, and then she said, Biggie, honestly speaking, I do not have anybody in mind that would go on Sunday, but my only prayer that Sunday was for my friends, Isabella and Jason, not to go. that Sunday. That was the only thing. And then Big Brother was like, is there anything else she wants to discuss with Big Brother? And then she said a whole lot, and she started thanking Biggie again for all Biggie, that she would miss Biggie. And at a point, Biggie also threw in some praises for her. Now the snake, what was it called? The sneaky link that is actually the weak link, that is actually the finalist, and all of those sweet words, and which she teared up. And then that was that with Sultana. And then the last but not the least is Dede. So for Dede, she revealed that Biggie asked her if she expected to come this far. And then she said when she was coming into the house, she said she's going to just stay for 7th week and then she would go. She was telling her sister, but her sister told her that she would stay more than that. She would stay till the final. And then she did not even see that happening until now. That shout out to the sister. It feels so good to see that there are some persons who believed in you even when you did not see that happening. So that was how she found herself here. The 7th week was when Biggie sent them to the other place, that is herself and Joanna, and then she came back, and it is what it is. She revealed how it was getting, to stay in the house, filled up with people and all of that. And then Biggie asked her which housemates has actually impacted in her life negatively or positively. And then she revealed and said positively it's Mide, that the house feels so empty without Mide. That Mide has actually, impacted in her life, that she's so comfortable with Mide. They've laughed, they've cried, they've actually, quarreled and fight and all of that together, that she really hopes Mide is doing so well outside the house, that Mide is that person who has actually impacted, in her life, in the house, anyways, in the house here. And then she was asked about who is that person who gets her going even when she's down. And then she said it's her mom. That she said it's the other time that she wants to get her mom a car, which she will still get her mom a car. When she said this, what actually went straight to my head again is the innocent car. So yeah, guys, that she wants to still get her mom a car, and then also her niece, I think her niece, yeah, 12 and 13 years old, that stays with her too. And then she was asked about the housemates she knew will be going home on Sunday, and then she said for no particular reason it's actually Zita, that she feels like Zita has actually stayed safe so much. Yes, she feels like Zita has actually stayed safe so much, and then she feels she will be the one to go next, and then that is it. And she revealed how grateful she is and how she has learnt so much, have so much self-actualization, get to, know herself, get to understand herself, that she would love to win this money, that she really, really wants to win this money. But at the same time, if she doesn't win the money, she's also a winner. She gets to see her mom come to Biggie's house. That is something she will never forget. She literally said all of her 2 cents, and of course, trust Biggie to also come true for her. When Biggie asked her, so who do you think? And she said, I'm just a girl. Biggie started with the sweet words. You are the finalist, you're this, you're that, a great competitor. That was so sweet to hear from Biggie. And she says thank you to Biggie, Biggie is actually doing a free session for them. That's actually a big money to have such therapy outside of Biggie's house. Oh, Biggie's diary session is always emotional. I will always give it up to Biggie of Big Brother Naija. Like, he is so sweet. That is my crush right there, in case you don't know. Anyway, guys. I'm dropping my voice right here to leave the rest for you guys in the comment section. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so. Thank you. And also do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Mwah.